and welcome to CIO News. I'm Khushbu Soni, host for the broadcast and the chief editor at CIO News. This is our exclusive interview series with our Wonder Woman in Tech. It is a recorded session and will be available on our website, that is cionews.co.in, and our CIO News LinkedIn handle. It is my pleasure to invite and my honor to invite today's guest for this episode. She is Lieutenant Colonel Francel Margareth Taborlupa, the IS officer at National Task Force Against COVID-19. Francel is one of the top 10 women in the Security Philippines 2020, an international lecturer, moderator, and panelist. She's experienced in information technology profession with a demonstrated history working in the Army Management Information Center, catering to IS needs for the whole armed forces of the Philippines. Francel is skilled in research, training, system analysis, networks, project management, chairmanship, VIP security, and gender studies and consultancy work. Francel is a skilled information technology specialist and a development practitioner who is a certified ethical hacker and a certified secure computer user with a master's degree focused in international development practice in information systems as at the University of Philippines, and a master in public management with honors at the Development Academy of the Philippines. Francel, it is an absolute pleasure to have you today on this platform, and it's an honor to discuss with you with the profile that you have and the journey that you've had. So we're really looking forward to have this conversation with you.
Yes, Khushbu, thank you very much for having me, and I'm really honored to be part of this group that you have. You have you are being part of making us enablers for change, positive change. Yeah.
Wonderful. Francel, I wanted to begin with, putting my first question. If you can share us, how does your typical day look like? What is that you do? That'd be great.
Basically, with my background, I'm from the military. So a typical day for me is not like an everyday office day for some. So ours in the military is a 24/7 job. So wherever you are, you can be called forth to respond at any point in time. So I've just been recently designated as the commander, the commanding officer of the 7th Signal Battalion. So basically, my unit caters for the communications, electronics, and information systems services for the whole of this camp called Fort Magsaysay in Nueva Ecija in the Philippines. So anything, communications, electronics, informations, it's ours. So basically, our customer in the camp wide would be having a lot of demands these days because, with the pandemic now, there's a lot of demand for information systems. So a lot of our daily operations evolve in virtual meetings and all that. So we troubleshoot, we install, we provide support and all that. So all of this is like in civilian terms for customer satisfaction, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Pretty exciting, right? I mean, being working with the army and at such a level, it's such a proud feeling.
Yeah, and over and above that, Khushbu, I'm also doubling as the IS officer for the National Task Force for the pandemic response, right? So it's been my job since the beginning of the onset of the pandemic here in the Philippines, and so I'm doubling my efforts to support that as well. So being far from the operation center, now I also give my support by tele, just having these conversations online, coordinating also with them still at this point. So basically it's a dual purpose job for me, but it's fulfilling, so it's okay.
Wow, wow, wonderful, Francel. Great. So my next question is, did you always knew that you wanted to get into this space? If not this, what else it would have been?
No, in my case, when I graduated from the academy, I took a management course. So I was mainly looking at, administrative work, operational work, and stuff like that. But I believe that, destiny has its ways of shaping our day-to-day activities. So I guess I was directed to pursue the path of information systems. So early on in my lieutenant days, I was commissioned to be appointed in a unit who handles communications, electronics, and information systems. So working from there, I began my career as in the software field. So I handled the systems development branch. And so we were developing systems for the Philippine Army. And then later on, I transitioned to the cybersecurity field as the need arises. Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. My next follow-up question is, do you see a lack of women in this space? And do you see gender has affected the way, it's been perceived or treated? So, any thoughts? Do you see a lack of women in this space specifically?
Basically, it's not just in tech, but in the military, there's really a lot of women in space, So there's not a lot of women really in the military. I think it goes to say for most of the countries in the world. So more so in tech, because from the military field, there's already a lot of women, and then given the specialization in tech, so there's more. It's more aggravated, but I think we are now being pushed to our limits to contribute more for the betterment of our organization, so to speak. So it's really a very small world in tech, and it's smaller for women still.
Correct. Absolutely. Um, so, is there a particular challenge you think is the reason women don't usually get into this space? And did you face any challenge to reach where you are in your journey?
Yeah, of course, the challenge will always be there, but they say that it's more so for women because I think for some women, they feel that the technology field is very overwhelming and very highly technical, so more women are very prone to be more into the um, literature side of things and not in the technology side of things. But I believe that in my case, the challenge should be treated as a silver lining to the cloud. Of the cloud is the challenges, but the being a female is a silver lining. Why do I say this? Because we have our talents as females. We are very convincing, and also there's a way for us to stand out in the sea of men counterparts, right? So we tend to have our voices be heard more,
Right.
and so in that we can use that to our advantage to elevate our means to get to address whatever it is that we want. If we have a project that we want to push, we can be more pushy as females. We'll really try hard to get that approval from higher authorities. So in my case, I think being a female is not really a downside of things, but more of an advantage. So it's just on how you treat it that you're not really disadvantaged as a female, but use that to your advantage and gain the trust, show them that you can be at par or maybe greater than your male counterparts, with not showing them that you're really competitive though.
Right.
Just be buddies with them. And I think you will really be able to push whatever your agenda is for the betterment of the organization. Yeah.
Wow, great perspectives. And you very rightly said, I think we have a lot of advantage and skills which we can use in terms of, interacting with people. We look at things from a lot of perspectives, right?
Yes.
We look at all the angles and then probably put forth our, thoughts and the decisions, right? So very rightly said, we have a lot of advantage on those fronts.
Yeah. We can use it to, gain more networks.
Yeah.
A lot. I think it's a female talent, being persistent and being convincing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. What do you think is the best part of being a woman in the tech industry and also in the army space?
I think the best part is being able to stand out.
Yeah.
I said a while ago that you use it to your advantage. So I think the best part is being able to go out there, show them what you got, and also I use it as an opportunity to move forward. Yeah, I think that's the best part. You get a lot of support. Maybe sometimes there is this stereotype that we women are the weaker, and so guys tend to react like they are the knight in shining armor for females. So when a damsel in distress needs help, then somebody is there who will help you. So maybe that could be an advantage for us to push forth our goals, achieving a lot. Yeah.
Great. Wonderful introduction. My one last question before we end today's session. What advice would you want to give women considering their career in technology industry? One, and second, if they are looking for tech in the army, right, for the government, what do you wish you had known? So advices and what you wish you had known would be the great ending to the session.
Yeah. I think, Khushbu, at this point in time, more and more women are getting into tech, not like in our time way back, because the kids nowadays are very much exposed to technology at an early age.
Yes.
So unlike before that women are afraid of getting into tech because they were raised in the traditional way, that you're a female, so you should tend with the kids, you should, only be in office jobs and nothing dangerous to your health, like, being exposed to electricity and possibly electrocuting yourself in the process of learning, So I guess now with the technology, with all of the gadgets that are out there, more and more women are being open to the possibility of learning a lot in tech and pursuing a career in tech. So I think it's not a very big problem now in recruiting women to be in the tech industry. I think it's an advantage now that they have that appreciation. So this is what I wanted to have been able to learn before in my early age, that we should not be afraid to challenge ourselves in trekking the path of the unknown.
Right.
Even if you don't know anything about it, there's always a room for improvement to learn.
Right.
So I was designated because as a military officer, we act upon orders. So I was given an order to be assigned in a unit where I have no idea of.
Okay.
But of course, you will be afraid at first, like Will I be able to perform well? Will I be able to learn? You know,
Yeah.
and then later on, as we pursue, because we're persistent as females, then we learn the ropes and get to know it a lot,
Right.
you know, and then we hone it. What is distinct with tech is that you cannot stop from learning, because the technology always evolves and it goes up and it gets different. So
Correct.
even if you took training years back, probably now it's no longer valid
True.
because of the ever evolving tech. So don't end it. Just keep on learning, no matter what age you are, no matter, and embrace it like it's really essential for you as a person to grow and for you to be able to contribute to society.
Correct.
And if you make it your fulfillment in life to be able to help a lot of people, then you can use your skills to be able to touch a lot of lives.
Absolutely.
So yes, my advice for those who wants to go the path of tech, don't be afraid. Just go for it and be a cyber diva,
Wow.
like a lot of us now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great conversation with you, Francel. And like I said, I mean, it's so nice to interact with women like you who are doing such great work, and proves that there's so much women can do, right? So
Yes.
absolute pleasure, and thank you so much once again to come on this platform and interact with us.
Thank you, Khushbu, and thank you very much again for having me here.
Absolutely. Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
You too.
Yeah, take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.